Come along with a history teacher as I visit our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Now, my first stop was actually Alexandria, one of the largest bustling ports in early America, Virginia. It still maintains a lot of its early charm and has some really awesome spots to check out, especially at nighttime. The next day, it was all about history. The first stop was the National Archives of the United States of America. Now, this building is amazing, and in addition to having the founding documents, there are plenty of other artifacts as well, along with displays that describe the processes of maintaining these artifacts and how they were made. And here we go, the Bill of Rights, the first page of the Constitution, and of course, the Declaration of Independence, which I definitely did not steal. Next, it was off to the Smithsonian American History Museum, which has way too many cool things to even start talking about. But some of my highlights are this ship, the gunboat Philadelphia, that sank during the Revolutionary War in Lake Champlain and was retrieved in 1935, as well as Lin-Manuel Miranda's costume from Hamilton, Thomas Jefferson's personal writing desk, George Washington's ceremonial sword, some surveying equipment from early on in his life, as well as some material for his camp during the Revolutionary War, a traveling trunk, and a uniform that he actually wore in the field. Some other highlights were the cane of Toussaint Louverture, the leader of the Haitian Rebellion in the early 1800s, and Andrew Jackson's uniform from the Battle of New Orleans during the War of 1812. In addition, they have all kinds of cool stuff about politics and the presidents, including these amazing artifacts. They also have plenty of other documentation throughout our amazing history. Next, it was off to see the sights. First stop was the Capitol, and then the Supreme Court building. And of course, I wanted to go to the Library of Congress. However, you have to make an appointment in advance if you want to go. Also, fun fact, there's not actually just one Library of Congress. The Library of Congress consists of multiple buildings, including 3 within just a couple of blocks radius. Then it was off to see the Folger Shakespeare Library and Theater. Now, unfortunately, I didn't take very many photos, so I had to rip this one off of Google. Now, in addition to being one of the world's largest collections of Shakespeare folios, this also is a huge, rare antique book collection. Then I checked out the White House, and this is about as close as you can get. Now, if you're ever in DC, I highly recommend to take a night tour. The architecture is so brilliant at nighttime. We got to see a lot of sights, but these were some of my favorites. The Franklin Delano Roosevelt Memorial was absolutely incredible. It has 4 different stages to it that represent the 4 terms that the president served. Unfortunately, it wasn't very well lit up, so I couldn't get too many photos. But here's me and FDR hanging out. And the FDR Memorial actually sits right by the MLK Jr. Memorial, which honestly, this picture does not do justice. It is absolutely amazing in person. And this was one of the final stops, which is the United States Marine Corps Memorial, also known as the Iwo Jima Memorial, because this is the raising of the American flag on the island of Iwo Jima during World War II. And the last stop on our tour was the Lincoln Memorial, which, like most things in DC, should be experienced to be understood. And this is the view of the Washington Monument from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. And after we left the Lincoln Memorial, we walked around the National Mall a little bit and got to see the Korean War Memorial and the Vietnam War Memorial. And I wanted to end this video with something that I thought was really cool. The World War I Memorial is right by the White House, and every day at 5 p.m., an active duty member of the military comes out dressed like a World War I veteran and plays the song Taps on a bugle to honor the fallen soldiers. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll see you next time when I go to Philadelphia.